to my YouTube channel again in this brand new playlist of exploring React interface. So I have created this application which is like a React starter code. So what I did, like if I don't comment it, so it's simple. It is creating root and then I am just consoling it. So let me comment out this, then we are rendering this app. Okay. Now, if you go to the app, it just like card, and then we have button which is set count, and we are increasing the count. So if I can show you, okay. Sorry. So if I can show you, this is the one we have. This increasing count h2. Now what we have did. So let's deep dive into this. What I have did, if you go to the main.js, so we have this root element, right? We are getting the root element by root ID. Then we are calling this function createRoot, which is in React DOM client. Okay, and then after we are ready. So for one instance, I will just stop this. Like I will comment out this method. Now this, see, we have commented out dot return method. We have only createRoot functionality. So what does this return? Let's see. So I have made a console log. We'll go to the Chrome and see what it is returning. So let me look at this. So if you see this, let me. Okay. Now if you see, what does React return? This much object, right? Now what it is doing? Let's see. So first of all, it is an internal root. See the type of FiberRootNode. Just see the last one. It's a FiberRoot with node. Okay. Now if we go down, we'll see too many fields. Just don't look at all the fields. Just see here. This is a current container, and some of them, like if you see, if you open current, we'll have something that's called state node. This one, state node, and one is called update queue. So let's debug this one by one. Okay, so what happened is, if you open React, React code, so internally createRoot function is it's calling this function called createContainer, which is in React DOM root package. So let me give you one more like view, like where we have this thing called React createRoot. Okay, so we'll go React DOM client. We'll see React root is coming from React DOM root. This code will search like 173 line. If you go here, we'll see this function. createRoot functionality is there. Let me go for okay. So if it is too big, I don't think it is too big. Okay. So what it expects a container, which is a type of element or HTML, maybe document or maybe fragment, all three type of things as a container. And options, we have various options, createRoot options. So let's ignore this for now, just focus on this. What we have passed in createRoot is, if you go this, we have passed a root element, which is this one. What it return? It return an element. So an element is returned by this document.get element ID. We are creating root with that element. Okay, be it kill, be I think it clear, right? So what does it do? So first of all, it is checking this container you passed, is it a valid container? Like it's checking. Leave warning if like we have a dev container, leave this. There are some initializations, something is going on, leave. See this line, they are creating a container. This is calling create container method. their container, this container what we have passed, this is a concurrent root, this is the static data null something something, and after that they are marking this container as root, you know. So when I told you that we have dot current, if we go again we'll see this current. So whatever value in the current, we'll see like what current is having, like how it got created, but whatever current is having, it is marking, you know, it is marking as a root node, root container. Okay, okay. Now then something, then we they are attaching, you know, event listener as well on the root container element. Okay, so what is happening, if the root container is type of, you know, comment node, right, then parent node otherwise that container, and then they are attaching event listener. Okay, now they are returning react dom root some, this is the this is the function which return an object with some prototype method. We'll see later. We'll first focus on create container method. What is this create container method is doing? As I told you earlier, it is just doing nothing. I think it is like it will do. It is not like that it will do nothing. So what we'll do, we'll search this functionality. Okay, in this, you know, uh, let me search. Okay, create container. See, from where the create container functionality is coming, it is coming from React Fiber reconciler. Okay, we'll see what is this React Fiber reconciler. So if you go to the React Fiber reconciler, what it is having, container info, the container we passed, right, tag, tag is a number, you know, tag will have number. We'll see what it does. For now we'll just see this create container tag is like, you know, for function component, for element, for every tag, you know, that type there is a number defined. Okay, leave it. Then some like, you know, variables, leave that thing. Now go here, you will see create fiber root, you know, this functionality with these options. Okay, what is this doing, you know, create fiber root. Let's see in another functionality. So if you open this create fiber root in this create fiber root package, you will see this will return a, you know, they're creating a fiber root node, fiber root node, you know, something something with the some information. Then after wait, so if you see this is a root, which is a type of fiber root, which is creating a fiber root node. So what they are doing, they are using, you know, cyclic linked list here or cyclic construction, whatever do. So they are using, they are creating with the same like tag and like a strict mode another root which is called create host root fiber. So now what these two, first of all, this is a root node which is called you know, control center of this application. Like this have idea like what this application config, what is everything, like have this fiber root not have idea, but this host root fiber is just a root, you know, root fiber. Fiber, what is fiber? Fiber is an object, so root object. Okay, then after, you know, this root is fiber root node. They are assigning dot current to this one, whatever host fiber we have created. Then after, you know, that host fiber state node is pointing to root. Root is this one. So what they are doing, they are just on in the fiber root node current pointer, they are going to pointing to, you know, create host fiber, and that host fiber root having that state node as a root. Okay, then after you will see like they will update the queue, will see what happened, then after returning root. Okay, so now go back to the square one. What they are doing, creating fiber root node, assigning creating host root node, assigning fiber root node current to that host node, and to that host node is this one. If you see state node, this is the fiber root node. See what they are doing? They are doing just cyclic linked list. Okay, hope you got it. Now we'll see here. So as we discussed, step one it checked, then they created your fiber root node. So for fiber tree, this current, the in the fiber root node, the current one will be pointing to the fiber tree root. Okay, container info like our root element, leave other things. Then another thing called HostRootFiber. See, 3 means root, 1 means like function component. We'll see what tag number represent. But see, the state node represent control center, control center. And what they do, just connect back port, because see, control center to tree root, to control center. Now one more thing happened. It's called React creates an update queue. What is this update queue? So update queue and object. React will create an object and attach with the HostRootFiber update queue with this object. Now we'll go to again console. We'll see state what I told you. We'll go through this. When we are having state update queue. See, attach with base state, first base update, last base update. This is the main like object which handles re-render and all. We'll see in the upcoming episode, or maybe in this video only in the later part. But yeah, just remember this. Okay. Now after this, what does this createRoot return? It will return an object of return instance, root instance. That will have two prototype function. React DOM. One will have render, one will have unmount. So see here what we are doing. For that object, we are just calling that render method. Now we'll just comment it back, like bring it back to our code. Now if you open again this one, we'll get the UI. Okay, no problem. So what happened? Let me recap here. This createRoot went for create container got for create fiber root node. That fiber root node and this one created fiber root node as well as HostRootFiber. For fiber root node, for current this like pointed to HostRootFiber, and HostRootFiber state node is pointed to RootFiber node. Then it returned a object which will have two prototype methods, render and unmount. We are calling render for rendering into the UI. How now we'll review how this render function is calling like like updating UI from our code. Let's see. So what we have, one control center is created, tree root is created, connected with each other, and now we'll see render method. So first of all, see, our JSX is this. So we'll convert into this one. So how this is converted? React.create element, strict mode, some props we pass, then another React app inside this app. Like internally, our JSX is converted to this one. Leave it. And this React create element does nothing, just create only object like this. See, type is this one, function, props. We don't have any props, but yeah, in props we have children, we have type app, another props, nothing. Okay. Now what does React do? React will create an update object. Now what will update object have? Now update object have event time. Why it is creating? We'll see. Just be here. It will have some event time, lane, tag, payload, callback. We'll just see this lane. Lane is something that is for priority. So update is nothing. This object is like used to re-render. So for lane, it is setting the priority, like highest priority is 1. So if priority is 1, we have to update the UI quickly. Then see this payload. Now payload is like what children we need to, maybe here we are setting up children, but for set state maybe here some data is there, we are sending as children, right? This one. So we want to replace. Now see tag. This tag represent what type of update we are calling. For 0 we have replace update, for anything else we have like 1 2. Okay, now this update, what this update do? So first of all they are just having, remember that HostRootFiber have update queue, right? Just they are saying no. Now let me go back to the Chrome. We'll see. Wait. Now you will see. So we have this fiber node. In the current of this is a fiber node. Inside that we have queue, right? Update queue. Inside that we have shared, right? Shared. Inside that lanes, and this shared is a pending field. So if you see the code now, what it does, it just like update queue, it is just checking either the pending have null or not null. See, this is the most important part. They are creating, circular linked list. Why circular linked list, not a symbol singly or doubly? Because they don't want to manage, tail, head and all. They just want to like add every node as it, like update as a tail, and so that like the tail have both the, first and the previous value. So what they are doing, this update object, they are pointing dot next to the same object, because they will create a cycle, right? If there is something in the queue, so what they are doing, whatever in the queue we have for the next field, they are just adding, for update.next, they are just signing whatever the pending things we have in the next of that pending thing to update.next, and then whatever pending thing, that next will point to update, so that we will have, cyclic linked list, circular list. Okay, now what is this? Just they are, after pointing out, they just move pointer to the next linked list. Okay, what will happen after this? So after these things happen, in React host fiber, for in queue, now we have this update, we have to update it. Now React will schedule a work, this function will be called. So schedule update on 5. With the host root fiber we have lane, priority, and event time, like when it happens. Because like, it is an initial render, so it will have to start immediately. So again it will like send this perform sync work on root fiber root node as it initial node. Now see what will happen. So work in progress root fiber root node, right? The root node we have fiber root node. The fiber root, like this is a node, the control center, remember this is the host root fiber, that root of our fiber tree. Then work in progress root render length is equal to 1, like priority. Now what will here happen? So start with, work in progress. Work in progress is fiber root, so we'll have fiber root, like root of that tree. It will start from there, it will perform one unit of task, then it will move to, next child of that, host fiber, it will create. So let's see what it does. So this loop will continue until it process every component in it flow. So now see what happened. So there are two major method is calling in this perform unit of work. One is begin work, other is, complete work. So in begin work we'll pass like host root fiber, work in progress and render lens. These three things we passed. Now what happened? See, begin inside begin work. So we'll see whatever the update we have. Like see, we have passed some update. Like inside that update, right? We have created one update object. Just see here. right? That object has a payload element as strict node, whatever we send, and that update object will be uh, you know treated as useful for me. So const update is equal to queue.share.pending. So whatever update object that we passed will be fetched here. Now we have to append new child, right? So from update this update, we are just fetching from payload to element, like element to the new children. Then what you are doing, then work in progress. Work in progress means this one, HostRootFiber. Inside HostRootFiber we have memwise state, you know that element is new children. Then what will happen, see this, it will call another function called reconcile children. What will do, it will create the fiber for children, children fiber. So what we are passing, roasted fiber, work in progress, new children, and render lines. Now what reconciler do, you see work in progress, host root fiber, and new children is this strict mode, right? Strict mode, this one. So inside it will create another fiber for strict mode. See, tag 8 type, some props children. What it will return, see here, parent. Okay. Now host root fiber, whatever the root we have of child, will assign this strict mode fiber that React created by reconcile children as a child of host root fiber. Okay. Now we have this child. Now work in progress will go to strict mode fiber. Work in progress is pointing to this one. Now again it will perform again begin work, but on strict mode fiber. Okay. Now see, inside again they have created new children, because strict mode fiber having pending props, having children like app component. Then again reconcile this, again created app fiber, tag 0. see here, 0 means function component. It doesn't have any props, it will return the parent, and then again that you know pointing to, now we have again work in progress pointing to new app fiber, right? And it's assigning the child as app fiber. So this way we have created uh, a fiber tree, but that is object. Now on app, like see on inside app, so we'll go to app inside here. So see, inside app what we'll have, so we have set count, like a state, settings of state, then some diff, then button, right? So what happened when it see set function? So first it is setting up hooks for our component, function component. So React current dispatcher dot current is a hook. We'll see when we'll go through the hook chapter. So what happened? It call our function app. Now app is function is running. Now app function have this set use state, right? Hook. So whenever it hit the use state, what will happen? It will create a hook object. Now, what will a hook object have? This is the memorized state. This is the current value. Base state means like previous update. Then we have queue. Inside that we have pending, dispatch, last render, state. Okay. This dispatch function, which like this is the one which will be returning the function which we will using set state, set count, and so this is the function we are calling when we call this set count. Okay, or any set function, count, set count, we'll see. So first we'll create one function, like React is creating set count function. See, set count function. So inside that what will happen, see action, where we are sending some action, right? That action is passed here, and that action like having update object, again object. Remember update object from the last, just before, in the update object lane action null, and this action is passed here. The action, the function you passed is passed here. Okay. Now what we'll do, it will enqueue update and schedule update on fiber. Enqueue means adding into the queue. Remember, in the app fiber queue, this update this update object. Then inside, then scheduling update to Fiverr. Remember schedule update on Fiverr? Same. Then after, inside hook.queue, we have dispatch. Dispatch is this. So remember this. We return 0 and dispatch. So what we are getting? Count and set count. Whenever we call this set count, we are calling dispatch. Now what is dispatch? This one. Remember? Okay. Now see this hook object inside queue dispatch. We are assigning to newly create dispatch function. This one. Okay. Got it. Inside app fiber, memorized state equal to hook. Whatever we have created is assigned to the fiber memorized state. Return. So now what will happen? This is the JX like conversion removed right now. Now the schedule update, it will create fiber, fragment fiber, div fiber, button fiber, div fiber and button fiber. What it created app for like app fiber root like a node. No, we cannot say node, just a tree, child of host fiber. Then the child, this app fiber dot child is equal to fragment fiber, this one. Then inside this is the child of this one. Then button is the child of div. Just they're assigning here, React is connecting them all. Now the begin work functionality is done. Now what will happen? It will create a complete work. Okay. We have text node as well right here, so it will create that as well. No problem. Okay. So in complete work, what will happen? It just create up now it will create a real UI, but this time it will start from child, not from parent. So it started from text node, created text node, and inside text fiber node they have created here. Here they will create a text fiber. Is stating state node to this text node we have created, just like we have created fiber node and we have attached state node of host fiber to the fiber node. Similarly here, again it will go from child to parent. It will go button element, creating button element, then appending child text node, and just setting a state node. Similar for everything, and then it will create whole tree of DOM. Okay, then that DOM is created. Now we have to then like commit phase. Commit phase means showing to UI. Now whatever root element we have, we are just appending child to div element, like div element here. See, div element and root element, that host node. Okay. Also we have, whenever there is a button event listener, we'll attach event listener as well. So after all this happen, like count variable is 0, it will click and this happen. Now in the next video, what we'll see like how setCount is re-rendering, and we'll see how like it is showing on the UI. It is just the revision. It will be just revision for this video as well, because whenever you hit the setCount, you will again create an update object, right? Create an update object, and again in queue update schedule fiber work. Then again it will compare diffing algorithm. Then so we'll majorly focus on this, which is called diffing algorithm. So be it with me. Hope you understand. Like if you don't understand, please go through once more this video. I will show that, like I am confirm that you will definitely understand. Once you understand this you will be top of this React world. Thank you.